You're born in Canada, or Minnesota, close enough, where kids learn to skate before they can walk, and frozen ponds outnumber public libraries. Everyone dreams of going pro. Some want to be goalies. Some want to be goal scorers. You're not totally sure, but you know you love the game. You spend your childhood knee-deep in snow, duct taping sticks back together, and pretending to be Gretzky in the driveway. You figure one day you'll be out there. Full crowd, bright lights, national anthem echoing as you line up for puck drop. Instead, you end up in stripes, black and white, the universal uniform for please scream at me. You don't know it yet, but you've just signed up for the least appreciated job in hockey, and possibly of all sports. You're not the hero. You're not even the villain. You're the guy everyone hates equally. Congratulations, you're about to be a ref. While your friends are busy perfecting slap shots, practicing sellies in the mirror, and staging basement brawls pretending to be Tai Domi, you're different. You're the weird kid who rewinds TSN highlights not to watch the goals, but to analyze the missed calls. You pause games to argue about whether a toe was actually on the line during an offside review. You own a laminated rule book, not because someone gave it to you, but because you bought it, voluntarily. You memorize penalty signals like other kids memorize cheat codes. Boarding, elbowing, interference. You love the clean geometry of the gestures. You practice them in the bathroom mirror with the focus of a magician perfecting sleight of hand. Then it happens. A ref doesn't show up for your cousin's house league game. Chaos ensues. Coaches argue over who should take the whistle. One guy suggests a coin flip. Another nominates you. You? You're 13, haven't hit puberty, and still tape your socks inside your shin pads. But they hand you the whistle anyway. You step onto the ice, nervous, excited, wearing a mismatched set of black gear and the confidence of someone who has no idea of what they're doing. The puck drops, the game begins. 3 minutes in, one kid loses an edge and face plants. You panic and blow the whistle. Tripping, you yell. Everyone looks confused, especially the kid who tripped over literally nothing. The other team's coach explodes. Are you serious? He fell on his own. What are you watching? This is a disgrace. This is a U9 game. The score is 0-0. But something clicks. You like the responsibility, the authority, the order, and the chaos. You like the idea that the game has a shape, and you're the one who keeps it from falling apart. So you lean in. You start doing weekend shifts at the local rink. You set your alarm early on Saturdays like it's your Christmas morning. You iron your stripes. You line up your skates by the door the night before. You study positioning diagrams like they're treasure maps. You can now quote Rule 69.1 on goaltender interference, like it's a Shakespeare monologue. Yes, that Rule 69. Let the jokes begin. You tell yourself you're here to protect the game, to be the invisible guardian of fairness. While everyone else is chasing the spotlight, you're chasing structure, integrity, balance. That belief lasts exactly 1 week, until a 10-year-old calls you zebra trash, and his mom stands up and claps. You're stunned, not because of the insult, but because it felt kind of earned. Still, you go back because deep down, you believe in what you're doing. Naively, boldly, stupidly. But hey, you're just getting started. Eventually, you graduate from beer leagues and bantam games to something that feels more official. A real game. Real stakes, real teams with matching socks, and coaches who wear ties instead of track pants. You're nervous but ready, whistle in hand. You step onto the ice like it's your calling. The anthem plays. You stand tall. This is your moment. Then the puck drops, and all hell breaks loose. In the first 2 minutes, a kid takes a dive so theatrical it deserves a Tony Award. You don't call it. His coach erupts like you personally insulted his ancestors. Are you blind? He screams, veins pulsing through his forehead like he's auditioning for a cardiac episode. 2 shifts later, you call a hooking penalty, and now the other bench is losing it. You're ruining the game. Let the boys play. One assistant coach tries to throw his clipboard over the glass, but fumbles it, and now it's just awkward for everyone. Meanwhile, the parents are frothing. Some are banging on the glass like they're trying to summon a demon. One guy follows you to your car after the game and calls you an enemy of the sport. His kid lost by 6. You start to understand something that no one warned you about. Being right doesn't matter. Being fair doesn't matter. Only one thing matters. Whose team you're screwing at that moment. And guess what? It's always both. This isn't about enforcing the rules. This is about survival. And you just learned that every whistle you blow is a new enemy earned. Once you're a known ref, And not in a good way. You stop entering arenas. You start sneaking into them. Hoodie up, head down. Sunglasses indoors like you're trying to avoid paparazzi. Except no one's asking for autographs. They're just hoping to catch you slipping again. Your name doesn't even need to be spoken anymore. It's just muttered, grumbled. Oh great, we got him tonight? Watch him ruin it. Bet he's still bitter from getting cut in Pee-wee. Even the Zamboni driver gives you a look. Your worst games live online forever. A fan zooms in on you mid-game. Post it with the caption, "This clown just called tripping on my grandma." It gets 40,000 likes in 3 hours. You become a meme. People slap laser eyes on you, Photoshop you in crime scenes, or worse, into other sports. At one point, someone edits your head onto a soccer ref diving to dodge a bottle, with the title, "NHL's Finest at Work." The local radio show roasts you during their Ref of the Week segment. You win 3 weeks in a row. One morning, your niece texts, "Uncle, you're trending. Are you okay?" You lie and say yes, then go back to scrolling through comment threads that read like an open mic for rageaholics. Even kids get bold. A 12-year-old tells you to open your eyes, ref, then immediately trips over his own skates. You call nothing. His mom screams. You get reported again. You try to laugh it off. You joke with the other refs in the locker room saying, "We're just here to absorb trauma so the players can bond over hating us." No one laughs. You used to think your job was to protect the game. Now you realize you're just a lightning rod, the human punching bag, the invisible backbone of a sport that pretends you don't exist, until you screw up. Because that's the golden rule of reffing. You can be perfect for 59 minutes and 59 seconds and still be the villain. One mistake, one missed call, and now your face is on a dartboard in someone's basement. Every ref has that moment, the one that follows you forever. For you, it comes in the biggest game of your career, Game 7, Conference Finals. The barn is packed, the crowd's electric, the air so tense it practically buzzes. Third period, tie game. A player clips another with a high stick. Blood. The crowd gasps. You raise your arm. Double minor, 4 minutes. You know the rule, blood equals automatic 4, right? Textbook, clean, by the book. But here's the thing, no one cares about the book, not tonight. The power play goal happens 40 seconds later. The arena explodes, in fury. You don't even have time to drop the puck before the chants start. "Ref, you suck! You ruined it! Hope your car's on fire!" Your phone blows up after the game. Twitter is a war zone. Your name is trending, alongside criminal investigation. One guy edits your face onto a goat and tags it, "Skate Ref." Even your mom texts you, "Tough call, sweetheart. Maybe stick to beer league." You try to sleep that night, but your brain replays the call on a loop. Was it too soft? Was there really that much blood? What if it wasn't even from the stick? What if he bit his lip and sold it? None of it matters. That moment becomes your legacy. Not the decades of clean games, not the times you kept things under control when tempers flared, not the nights you skated off without a single complaint. Just one whistle, one call, and now you're the guy who cost the boys a shot at the cup. Forever. You always told yourself the abuse stayed on the ice, that once you left the rink you'd be just another guy, a dad, a husband, maybe even a weekend warrior in a co-ed ball hockey league. But the game follows you home. Your kid signs up for hockey. You're excited, until you see the look on the coach's face when he reads the last name. Wait, are you the ref from that Game 7? 2 weeks later, your kid's cut. No explanation. Just, we're going in another direction. Apparently that direction is not associated with you. Birthday parties? Awkward. The other dads talk about last night's game and how that ref totally botched it. You nod silently while sipping your warm beer, knowing you were the one wearing the stripes. You try to bond over games on TV, but every broadcast is a landmine. Your partner groans during replays. See, this is why no one likes refs. You're about to explain the nuance of positioning and angle of view, but you stop. There's no point. Even your dog starts reacting to whistles on TV. You miss anniversaries, holidays, and one too many school plays. You're on the road 200 nights a year, sleeping in airport hotels, eating rubbery eggs at 5 a.m., and waking up in cities you can't remember. You start to forget why you're doing this. It's not for the money, not the glory, not even the love of the game anymore. It's just who you are now. You're the ref, the one everyone blames, even at home. After decades of blown calls, bruised egos, and cold locker room showers, you finally hang up the skates. No press conference, no tribute video, not even a thanks for your service from the league. Your last game ends like all the others, a 3-2 final, one questionable call, and a chorus of boos as you skate off the ice. You thought maybe, just maybe, someone would shake your hand. A player, a coach, hell, even the guy who sharpens the skates. But no, they all skate past you like you're part of the boards. Disposable, forgotten. You drive home in silence, your duffel bag rattling in the back seat like a coffin full of broken whistles and unpaid respect. You kept the game together for years. You controlled chaos with nothing but a whistle and hope. You were the order in a sport built on controlled violence. And yet when you're gone, nobody notices. Nobody tweets, nobody calls. Except maybe one fan who still sends you gifts of your worst call every year on the anniversary, like it's some kind of cursed holiday. No banner, no ceremony, no legacy. Just silence. And that one t-shirt with your face on it that still gets laughs at beer league.